Hey you guys, I hope you're having an amazing 3-day weekend. I know I'm posting a little later, but it's still Sunday, so I think I'm good. I need to get a little better on that, and I definitely want to make that a priority. But today I wanted to talk about something that has been on my mind. I've been working on it, so it's not as bad as it was about a month ago. But I know it's a process, so I know it's gonna take more than a few weeks to fix this. And I'm talking about burnout, specifically burnout related to work, where I think that's where most people find it. And you know, we'll talk about what it is and whatnot, and then kind of how I'm dealing with it. And maybe if some of you are experiencing something similar, or the way that I'm managing might be helpful to you. I think it's really common for people not to talk about it, but I do like to share with you guys, and this is something I enjoy. Like, I enjoy just sitting in front of a camera and talking to you guys, and then interacting with you on the other side when you're commenting or messaging me. So let's do it. So burnout. Hey Luna. Hey mamita. You wanna say hi? Hi YouTube. Hi YouTube. Beep beep beep. She doesn't want me to bother her. But let's get back to the topic at hand. So burnout is essentially when you're feeling exhausted, completely depleted, you're like so done with everything. And some people refer to it like a state of mind, others are like it's a very specific type of depression. You know, I'm not 100% sure on what it is, but I know that when you have it, you're just done. And I was experiencing a lot of the symptoms, which were headaches, feeling like cynical, feeling like there was a lack of motivation for like a good few weeks, and there was changes in my sleep and my appetite. I have been like really hungry. It's weird because I eat a little bit and then I'm like, oh, I'm done, I'm good. I was so concerned. I even went to the doctor and had a bunch of tests done. Nothing. And something that I was a little ashamed of was kind of being grumpy with my family. I don't like that. Like, I don't like lashing out on my loved ones. Those are the most important people to me. And I just don't like I don't like this idea of being professional and cordial with total strangers and not treating family and friends with full-on respect and love. So that was another thing, you know. I was being a little more grumpy, a little more cold with certain people, and I was like, nah homegirl, this is not it. And I've talked to my therapist about it. Like, she had me do this exercise where we broke down the hours in the day and all the things I was doing. And sorry, that was Leo. And it was a lot. It was a lot of things, and you know, we kind of touched on things that I already knew. I am a people pleaser. I just like to make people happy. I want people to be happy. So at work, I sometimes help people, and I have to take a step back because I can't help with other people's cases or other people's training when I have an unsustainable workload. And our agency knows that. Like, they know we're out of compliance. They know we have too much. They are trying to hire more people, but I'm not going to go into depth. I'm not going to go too much into depth on work because A, I'm still there, and B, there's a lot I have to say, and I don't want to, you know, get in trouble just yet. But I came to a place about 2 weeks ago. I already knew, like, I had a feeling. I'm like, I'm not good, something's going on. And I knew I had to figure it out soon because I was nearing the start of school, the start of my internship. Like, things were gonna get even busier. So the thing that pushed me over was that in 1 week, I had the shittiest week. And it was all simple mistakes. Like, things were going bad, but not because terrible things happened. It was because, you know, I was just kind of out of it. The first thing is I got a ticket at school, which was really bad. And then the other one was I left my keys inside of my car. Thankfully, both things have solutions, right? But I was like, these two things are because I'm so out of it. I'm tired, I'm overworked, and it's just too much. So I was like, I'm done. I'm gonna quit. And I was like prepping. Like me and one of my friends, we're always talking about different plans and different opportunities and this and that. But this time I was like, I'm done. So I did what any rational person would do. I went on TikTok and I was like, how do I deal with burnout? And all the videos I saw said, do not quit your job. And I was like, what? This is crazy. Why? Well, it turns out that and it does make sense, if I quit my job and I jump to another job, I'm likely gonna be behaving the same way that I behave in my current job, which is I don't hold my boundaries, I let people cross me, and I overextend myself. These are behaviors that I need to figure out now. I need to address them and then, figure it out. If I'm able to stay where I'm at, cool, and if I'm not, I gotta keep it pushing. I always tend to stay very positive and I do work hard. The issue is the lack of motivation that is there, right? And I want to be happy. I want to be happy in what I do. So I was just like, you know what? Maybe TikTok is right. Maybe it's not just work. Of course, some of it is. Probably 80% of it. But it's also me. And I kid you not, that night that I had that realization, I went to sleep earlier. And the next day was the first time in like 2 months that I didn't dread going to work. And that I had a good day. Like, it was super busy, but it was a good day. And then I was like, oh shit, part of this issue is me. So I went back to my therapist and we had a good convo. And she definitely gave me a lot of good advice. Part of it was, what do I want to say yes to? Obviously, I still need a job, so I need work so I can pay my bills. So work for sure, but no more overtime. I do my job and that is it. And I've, in the last few months, remembered, because sometimes you forget, I remembered our employers treat us in a very transactional way, and that's how we should do our work. Obviously, it's hard because, when you care, and it is what it is. But, I have to set boundaries. I realized sleep was very important. So I'm doing my best now to be in bed by 10:30, even if I'm not asleep by 10:30. But as long as I'm in bed by 10:30, I'm trying to sleep by 11. Something I noticed my mom doing recently is she started going on walks. I haven't joined her, but I've noticed she's been in a much better mood. So something that is a goal for me in this month, in September, is just to go outside, get some air, get some steps in, do a few things, because at the end of the day, I can't help others if I'm not good. And a lot of the times, and there's been a lot of moments in my life, in my short 29 and a half years of life, that I've just overextended myself, like just stretched myself out to the max, and then I'm not happy. I'm exhausted, and it's just too much. And if that means slowing down a little bit, my God, I never thought I'd be saying this. But if that's what it means, then that it is what it is. And in the last few weeks, I've asked myself, well, what do I like to do? There was a moment where I didn't post a video, I think for 2 or 3 weeks here on YouTube. And oops, sorry. And I'm not gonna lie, I was sad. I was in my feelings. I'm like, my God, this is something I've loved doing for years, and I just didn't, I wasn't in the mood, or I didn't have time, and I didn't want to just force it. And then making clay earrings, I had a pop-up, which I loved. It did take up a little more time than expected, but I love making earrings. I love having creative outlets. I hadn't read an entire book probably in the last year and a half. And in the last month, I finished 2 books. And it just brought me so much peace and so much happiness. And that's basically what I'm trying to do now. I'm setting boundaries at work, because I think that's the biggest part of all these stress factors. And I'm not gonna lie, someone at work, I'm not gonna say who, tried telling me, well, you have too much going on, there's school, there's internship, there's this. And I was like, those haven't even started. I know the core of my issues is work and the way I'm taking on all this work. So I'm setting boundaries at work, and then I'm gonna be getting more sleep, or I've been trying to, and I just want to be more present with my loved ones and do things that I enjoy. Hey, Leo. Leo, say hi. Say hi to the YouTube family. Something else I've been doing in the last few weeks is I've been spending more time with family and friends. Usually it's connecting over food, but we had a girls' night a few weeks ago, and then basically every Friday or Saturday I've tried doing something with friends, whether it's trying a new restaurant, or I really like I think there's so much healing through laughter, so I really like going to comedy shows and whatnot. We went and saw Marlon Wayne's I think 2 weeks ago. I just want to be more present and, you know, spend time with them. Spend time with the babies. Yes, baby. Look how big he got. Look at this. Look at that cuerpazo. A ver, espérate. Ay, cabrón. Look at this. Ay. Leo. Leo, baby. Why are you so big now, baby? Hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. He's like, no, ma'am. If you're going through anything like this, like what I've mentioned, I would recommend speaking to someone. It doesn't necessarily have to be a therapist. If you can, please do. But talk to your friends, talk to your family, get everything off your chest. Write it down if you're more of a visual person. But I think you have to remember that at the end of the day, we're only human and we have to take care of ourselves. So I'm hoping that if you're going through this, you're also taking steps to, you know, slow things down and just find some peace, find your happiness. I might post a follow-up video because I know it is going to be a journey and I know these next few months will be rough. But I truly think that things will work out and I'm already feeling better, so I don't want you guys to worry. I would say I'm feeling probably like, I was probably feeling like at 20% before, and now I think I'm more like at 65, 70. So there's still some work to be done, but I'm down to put in the work, the time, the energy, you know, to get out of this burnout situation. Yeah, with that said, I'll end the video here. I really appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully this wasn't too much of a downer. Feel free to message me if there's anything going on with you guys. Next week I think we're gonna have a haul because I went to an auction, an online auction, and I won 2 pieces. So I think I'll have them in a few days. And next week I'll show you the 2, oh, they're both Louis Vuitton, the 2 Louis Vuitton pieces I got. But anyways, I hope you have a beautiful day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.